But yeah, fucking hell, dude. We have a liberal hive mind here saying that something is off. So yeah, let's get into it and see what he has to say.
Okay, guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, yada yada. I gotta tell you, I started off this morning a little bit low on energy, but now obviously I think it goes without saying I've found a little bit of motivation here. And so I am on top of the
Yeah,
reports, I'm on
it's
top of
fucking
what's coming out
disgusting,
here.
man.
Let me give you guys all the updates in the Charlie Kirk situation as the manhunt continues. We got a bunch of video clips and information now surfacing, but first I want to clear up some confusion because obviously misinformation spreads fast in moments like these. It was a clearly and understandably chaotic scene, and initially people online were sharing clips of a man being arrested at the event, handcuffed, led away.
Shoot me! Shoot me! Was that you? We don't know if it's him or not.
You expect me to believe this old dude? What happened? Charlie Kirk was assassinated today, in case you haven't heard. It's just circulating everywhere right now. Charlie Kirk was assassinated today at a Utah university. But bro, in my opinion, like, dude, like, I don't think it's that old dude. Like, okay, they've already confirmed it's not him, and they're still looking for the individual. But it's like, bro, really? You think that's the dude? Really? My friend's sister is an IEP teacher for special needs students. Those teachers are why her funds get cut as well. Yeah, it's fucking insane, man.
And at first, people thought that this was the shooter. We even had reputable outlets kind of alluding to that fact, claiming the suspect was in custody. Obviously, this went viral and spread all over social media. But a few hours ago, police have confirmed that he is...
Yeah, but the people are immediately going to guilty until proven innocent. Like, the key word used there is suspect. He is suspected of committing this. There is no definitive proof that he did it, therefore he is a suspect. But people were immediately thinking that this man was already the one who did it. He was guilty.
in fact not the shooter. We don't yet know the circumstances as to why he was apprehended. Maybe he said something, maybe he did something. We don't know what role he played or why he was detained, but the fact is simple. He was not the person who pulled the trigger. I urge everybody to take that seriously, to acknowledge it, and leave this man alone, despite the fact that people have identified him and connected him to a previous crime. In this particular case, there's no confirmed connection, and some people have been spreading false accusations, so let's get that out of the way right off the bat. And now let's move into what we actually know. So we do now finally have confirmed videos of the shooter. We have 2 videos, in fact. I'll go ahead and play those.
Get right up.
Yeah. You think you're already in place?
You would think that. So
why is no one doing anything?
Just saying. He just ran from over. Where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in.
If I was one of these people, genuinely, I don't care if it would have gotten me arrested. I would have immediately started running towards the event and started yelling bomb. I would have, if I saw this dude posted up there, like on the roofs, I would have immediately been like, oh shit, oh no, fuck that. And I would have immediately started yelling bomb, bomb. Trying to like get everyone's attention and shit, trying to make it, you know, try to get like them out, get to safety, some shit like that, you know. Like, but the issue is, even if you say that, like, you saw it at the Trump rally as well, Zero. Like, you literally saw the dude posting himself up and whatnot, taking out the weapon. People pointed it out, told law enforcement, and they were still doing nothing. Like, so yeah, like I said, like, realistically, people would take a bomb threat much more seriously than they would take a shooter threat, because a bomb threat would do way more harm than a shooter. So that's why I would have yelled bomb, try to get everyone out of there.
And I was right there.
Just saying, does nothing. He's recording it, and he's like, just saying, and does nothing about it. Like, that's fucking wild to me.
So in the first clip, you can see an individual perched up on top of the rooftop in the distance. The individual seems to be wearing black from head to toe, significantly far back on top of a roof, and this is eyewitness of the suspect, clearly in a position to shoot. I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, I'm a little bit frustrated with the fact that once again, there's a suspicious individual on a roof during one of these events in a clear shooting position, and police weren't called. I'm very frustrated that
Yeah,
all-out
it's fucking
pandemonium didn't break
ridiculous.
out there, but rather people just filming and saying, oh, look, a suspicious individual, but I guess you can't blame people for not doing everything they should have. And then in that second video, you see a shot being fired, or you hear the shot being fired, chaos erupts, the entire crowd drops to the ground, and then right there you can see a small little
Yeah.
body. Maybe we'll zoom in and play it as I'm speaking here.
There
You
it
see a
is.
tiny little black speck pop up, spring up, and start bolting from that position. Well, that was very clearly the shooter, and these two clips that are now surfacing online are the only two confirmed videos of the shooter. So now we have some
Yeah.
confirmed information. Let's talk about what we actually know. We can pull up satellite images, aerial photos of the Utah Valley University campus, and from what we can gather, it seems the individual is on this building right over here. This building is known as the Losi Center at Utah Valley University, and if we zoom in on the Google Maps, it's where the UVU Career Development Center, the UVU Women's Success Center, and the UVU Veteran Success Center is, just to add as much detail as possible. Now, I think we can definitely confirm that this is the building if we take a side-by-side here and just look at the architectural
it's
structure
fucking
of this
insane,
building.
man.
You can tell that it pretty much lines up one-to-one. You'll see the shooter perched, and there's multiple levels that kind of step upwards. The side wall also.
Well, the issue is you never know what people have and don't have on their phone. They could have immediately seen that and deleted it because they don't want to be, tied to any of it or some shit like that. You never know. The issue is you never know with a fast-paced thing like this.
seems to be roughly the
But
same
yeah.
color, an orangish red stone or brick. And Fox News is reporting that this was roughly 200 yards away from where Charlie Kirk was.
Oh,
posted during
the
event.
CC.
I want to bring in now. This is
Yeah,
actually-
I also agree that there should be some type of CCTV recording footage. Like, if there isn't, that's wild to me that there's this one building coincidentally in front of this place that has zero camera coverage.
So let's start with this new statement from Utah Valley University. We had a speaker, Charlie Kirk, invited by a student group, Turning Point USA, speaking on campus today at noon at about 12:20. Shots were fired from a building about 200 yards from the speaker. Now, this is new. According to the best of our knowledge, the individual was hit and was taken away immediately by his
Yeah.
security personnel. That individual, of course, is Charlie Kirk. Campus is closed for the rest of the day, and our campus police have a suspect in custody. So that is
Yeah, I agree. They probably do need to check them just to ensure that they had nothing to do with it. The group that invited him over. I agree with that.
new information. 200 from a building, 200 yards from the shooter is the newest information from the university, and obviously
I actually have a vantage point. You can kind of see here. This is basically what the scene would
insane,
look
dude.
like from the perspective of this heinous murderer who was perched up on that rooftop. So yeah, obviously not exactly an easy shot. That's where the round was fired from. And naturally, people are already jumping to conclusions and making assumptions. There's
Yeah, it
claims
is.
that this had to have been a professional hit by a trained sniper, maybe even a state-level operation or foreign state operation. Now, I understand why people would jump to that conclusion. It does look precise, it looked calculated, but I don't think we should get carried away just yet. A 200-yard shot with a high-caliber rifle is not necessarily impossible. It doesn't take a Navy SEAL or CIA
But the issue is the location of the shot. The shot was dead center on his carotid fucking artery in his neck. Like it's ridiculous to not take into account just how precise that shot was for where it landed.
assassin to make that happen. With basic training, patience, and a decent rifle, I think that distance is achievable even for, somebody who's more
Yeah.
casually trained. But again, I don't blame people for asking questions because I'm sitting here asking all kinds of questions. Firstly, how is this allowed to happen? How does someone once again manage to perch up on a rooftop at a major event like this with a weapon clearly visible and not get identified or
Yeah,
stopped
there
before
are.
pulling the trigger? And really, I think it shows you the sad state of affairs.
I mean, we just saw on Leaflet's Stream Zero that fucking dirty ass fucking nigger that's in our military laughing at this shit. Like, get that fucker out of my military, dude. He's fucking laughing over a civilian being shot dead. That man should not be in my fucking military whatsoever. Like, that dude is a genuine, honest to God nigger, in my opinion. making all other black service members fucking look bad, laughing at the death of a civilian.
In politics, you know, it's not just the president of the United States or any major Republican candidate that now needs to be exceedingly careful and needs to sweep these areas, needs Secret Service doing a full perimeter in detail. You know, there's clearly a target on any high-profile conservative, and this really starts to put it into clear perspective just how dangerous it is to be engaging in free speech in these public venues. But that right there
it's
basically
fucking
covers
wild,
all the
dude.
physical details as we know so far. Now, another crazy part is that somehow this individual was able to be up there and then scale all the way down the building and somehow managed to escape. The suspect is still at
and no
large
one
from what
saw
we
him.
understand, unless things change as I'm recording this video. Now, I'm remaining faithful that hopefully this individual will be apprehended soon. There must have been cameras everywhere. Someone must have noticed an individual walking around in all black-clad gear. We don't have any updates yet, but we do know that Kash Patel was on this thing immediately.
Even if he only put on the black gear once he was at the top, you should still, like, bro, all that stuff needs to be somewhere. It needs to be concealed somewhere. You can't just walk around without looking suspicious. Like, all that shit, even if he has like a spare set of clothes to change into and whatnot, that requires a big ass duffel bag. You're telling me no one saw this dude walking around with this massive duffel bag filled with shit up like some stairs into like the roof of a building? That's bullshit, man.
The FBI was mobilized on scene pretty much right after the shooting. Police officers were already on scene, and we're also getting civilian footage showing the manhunt in progress.
There are about 6 armed men in the backyard of a home right next to UVU campus.
Bro.
Apparently they are looking for another suspect. Maybe another suspect has not been apprehended.
That video shows heavily armed officers moving through a suburban neighborhood near the university. It seems they're scouring a nearby forest. We don't know if authorities have intelligence as to where the individual is or where they suspected the person to have fled, but this is clearly a major operation. This is a full-blown manhunt. And not only is the FBI on every single angle here, but so are internet sleuths. And here comes another point of interest, I guess you could say, a very, very suspicious online post. We've got an account here on X,
this is
which
what I
operates
was
under
talking
the
about.
name Omar with the
Have I got a story for you about black servicemen in the 50s? All the other races. Yeah, it's just wild, dude.
X handle reading as Najra Galves. Not exactly sure. There has been an individual identified, potentially connected to the account. It seems to be a trans identifying individual, but of course I'm not going to show the photo just yet because nothing is confirmed. But basically, here's the suspicious part. Roughly 24 hours before the shooting, this was posted on Omar's account.
This dude needs to be
Quote,
investigated.
Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him literally. And then follows up by saying, let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. So those are obviously not small words. Could this possibly be the shooter himself telegraphing his intent? Could it be somebody with information? Somebody
Whether he knew the group or not, he should still be investigated for stating this shit.
close to the shooter? We don't know yet, but clearly this is impossible to dismiss considering the timing. And I can pretty much guarantee you the FBI is on this. So as you can see, there's a lot of moving pieces here. The story is moving quite quickly. I think not only is this the biggest story since the
In my opinion, if this dude isn't investigated, there should be outrage. Because he should be investigated for saying this shit.
it was shot at, but it's probably
Even if he had nothing to do with it, an investigation is still warranted, in my opinion.
one of the biggest stories in modern American history, so you can imagine the manhunt here is going to be of the highest priority. And I'm just sticking to the hope that there's no chance, there has to be zero chance that this individual simply walks away from this. I hope they track this individual. This was an act of terror, a political assassination in broad daylight. It cannot go unpunished, and I simply have faith
I
that
agree.
this terrorist will be caught. It's only a matter of time. But those are the updates as we currently have them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, it's fucking insane, dude. It's just genuinely insane. Like, man, dude. Still can't believe it, man. It's just genuinely.